What if the future of war isn't fought by soldiers, but by machines? Tonight, Ukraine is proving that reality. From the skies to the sea, unmanned systems are taking over critical combat roles. This isn't experimental anymore. It's doctrine, a full transformation of how war is fought, and it may be setting the blueprint for every military on Earth. Ukraine has officially shifted towards a drone-centered military strategy. Instead of relying on large troop movements, they deployed unmanned systems to strike, scout, and defend. The goal is simple: reduce infantry exposure while maintaining pressure on the battlefield. And it's working. In some sectors, drones now handle missions once considered too dangerous for human soldiers. One of the biggest breakthroughs, interceptor drones. These aren't just surveillance tools. They actively hunt and destroy incoming threats, like Shahed kamikaze drones. Faster, cheaper, and often more precise than traditional air defense systems. They're changing how countries think about protecting their skies. If you're tracking how warfare is evolving, make sure to like, subscribe, and follow, because this is moving fast. At sea, the shift isn't just as dramatic. Ukraine's MAGURA and Sea Baby drones are redefining naval warfare in the Black Sea. These unmanned vehicles can strike ships, patrol contested waters, and operate without risking a single crew member. It's asymmetric warfare at its most effective. Low cost, high impact, and incredibly difficult to counter. On land, Ukraine isn't just relying on drones. They're building their own weapons too. The Bohdana-BG 155mm howitzer is a standout. Operators describe it as a sniper rifle for artillery. High precision, domestically produced, and tailored for modern combat conditions. It represents a shift towards self-reliance and adaptability under pressure. But the biggest change might be organizational. Ukraine has created an entirely new military branch, the Unmanned Systems Force. This isn't a side unit. It's central to operations. Led by experienced commanders, these forces coordinate drone warfare across air, land, and sea, integrating technology directly into strategy. Some of these units are already achieving top verified combat performance ratings. That means real-world effectiveness, not theory. Not simulations, actual battlefield results. And what they're showing is clear. Unmanned systems can outperform traditional methods in speed, cost, and survivability. But this raises a bigger question. If drones can fight wars, what happens to soldiers? Do we see fewer boots on the ground? Or does this just shift the role of humans into operators, analysts, and decision makers behind the front lines? And what about escalation? When the cost of launching an attack drops, does conflict become more frequent? Easier to start, harder to control? These are questions military planners and governments are now being forced to confront in real time. Ukraine may not have intended to become the testing ground for this kind of warfare, but it has. And what's happening there is being watched closely by every major power on Earth, because the next war may look anything like the last. This is Scott with 2028, and the future isn't optional, and I'll see you next time.